Hello, and welcome back to Day Off Gaming. Today we're going to start a game called Dredge. It's an interesting game. I actually just happened to see this in the Steam store, and it looked pretty interesting. I played a couple hours of it to get an idea of how it works, and it's really interesting. It looks like it's an open world fishing type game. There is, of course, things in the dark at nighttime that you have to watch out for. You have to really manage your panic because you can start hallucinating. And there are, of course, creatures in different areas that can actually be pretty dangerous to your ship. So it's actually an interesting little story. So let's go ahead and start a new game of Dredge today. There is no voice acting in this, so I will be pretty much reading all the narration. And I'll try to do some voices for different characters, but it'll depend upon how many we run into. The morning light fills your eyes, and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet dock where you collapsed the night before. A short man is shouting orders at a handful of workers disembarking from a boat nearby. The man notices you. Welcome to Greater Morrow. I must say, quite the dramatic first impression. I see you've already introduced yourself to the jagged rocks along the bay. Did you not see the lighthouse? It was shining right at you. Ah well, I'm glad to see our new fisherman upright and breathing. Your boat was hopelessly damaged, but I've had a few of the locals move your things to one of our old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details. I'll let you get out there to catch some fish. See if you can fill your cargo while you get your bearings in the light. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. Keep a close eye on the time. It can really creep up on you. Alright, well, let's take a look at least our boat, which is Tab. Looks like we got an engine, and we got a basic fishing pole, so we can... Looks like we can only catch fish in coastal areas. We do have a cabin. This is where you have your missions or your pursuits. So we have to catch fish for the day. We got a map of the world. As you can tell, there's definitely different areas that we can go to. The Morrows is pretty much our beginning spot. Messages. We have no messages. And then you have an encyclopedia of everything that we can catch in different areas. The open ocean, exotics, aberrations, and then you can do it also by types. Alright, let's go fishing. So we're going to undock. The controls are pretty straightforward, which is kind of nice. We can change our height. Alright, let's go fishing. The goal is when you see the green area, pretty much that's when you want to be able to hit the F button to pull, and you'll pull the fish up a little bit quicker. Go! If you see a gold, that means you got a trophy. Always good to have. Floating buoy. Serves the safe passage past dangerous rocks and obscured hazards. From the gloom of the night. Okay, let's move to a fishing area. Let's see what we got. Well, I can't go here because we don't have a fishing pole to allow us to do shallow. So we will have to ignore that. See what we got over here. Oh, got a new type of fish. Oh, cods. As you can tell, certain fish have different ways that you have to pack them in your ship. Oh, can't do that. Good way to know is if you see the bar, that means you can't fish there. At least not yet. Oh, there's a bottle out there. Let's go check that out here in a minute. As you can tell, the stock tells you how many fish are here. Gives you an idea of how long you can actually keep fishing in an area. Now medium. It also tells you what, if they're fresh, like the condition. It will change from like fresh to stale to, I believe, rotten. So it's always a good idea to try and sell your fish while it's fresh. You'll get the most money out of it at that point. But let's go ahead and get to this bottle. Alright. So we added something to our cabin. So let's go in here, see what it's. A message. August 20th, 1927. Morning of the second day of the honeymoon, and our first day proper. Today we're sailing around the islands and inlets at the back of Greater Morrow. I love the rocks here, the layers and the colors are so striking. Furthermore, the fishing is relatively poor in these shallows, so I know he will keep his hands on the wheel instead of the rods. He renamed the boat last night, Julie. He did a fancy renaming ceremony and everything. I think he took that more seriously than the wedding. Supposedly, it's very important to perform it correctly, lest you want ill fortune to follow the vessel. He wanted to throw away everything with the old name on it, but I kept the keychain, Ocean's Riches, was a good name. I think he has prepared a surprise picnic lunch. I can see the basket half hidden, stuffed under a blanket at the front of the cabin. I love it when he tries to be romantic. Oh, looks like someone went on a little honeymoon trip. I can tell you right now, that's not a good thing to do. You don't keep anything with the old name on it if you want to change the ship name. At least that's the superstition. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh, there's some big fish here. Let's see what this is. Well, we can't fish it because it's oceanic. So I'm not sure what that is, but it looks almost like sharks. And then let's see what this is. Looks like debris. Yep, we have to be able to do dredge. So we can't do that just yet. But we will get that later. Let's head on back to the dock. There are two different time periods in this game. You have the daytime and nighttime. During the nighttime, you will have different type of spawns that different type of fish that you can do, and of course there are some that are only during the day. You'll also notice that there's like a little light up above, and there's a eye. That is your panic level. You can help it by turning on your lights. And let's see what we got here. Let's see what we can go fish for, if we can. Yep. Oh, some squids. Alright, well, we're pretty much full, so let's head on in. Ooh, there's a light in the distance. I wonder what that is. Might have to go check that out later. But you definitely want to keep an eye. If the eye starts at green, you're just mildly panicked. As it gets up higher and higher, you'll start hallucinating and things will start creeping up out at you. You step onto the dock at Greater Morrow. The mayor is waiting. Ah, I see you've returned in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your old boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. However, I'm more than happy to sell you that replacement vessel, yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we'll consider it a loan. But I want to make this easy for you. Until your debt is repaid, a tiny portion of your fish sales will go towards paying it off. A small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So to recap, you'll need to sell fish to the local market, paying off your debt, and in turn, keeping the population fed and satisfied. Understand? Let's see. Where do I sell the fish? Our local fishmonger will appraise and purchase what you catch. He's open all hours, which makes it easy. So, I don't know when the guy's supposed to sleep, but hey, at least you can come back even at 2 o'clock and sell your stuff. Off you go then. Sell those fish while they're still fresh. Alright, so we have my storage. This is where you can pretty much put anything into storage. It's very helpful to have. Let's see, pursuits. So we have to sell it to the fishmonger. So let's go do that. Encyclopedia, as you can tell, we have some stuff now in our book. We got blue mackerel, a cod, arrow squid, and it tells you how many you've caught and the biggest that you've gotten, have caught, and what time cycle they're on. So it's really nice. It helps for you to keep track of where they're at, and maybe even kind of a goal for yourself of see, we have a trophy here. We don't have a trophy yet, so we haven't caught one of those. And it looks like there's 3 different apparitions, at least for these 2, and it looks like there's 2 here. We will have to see what that means here shortly. Fishmonger. Alright, we entered the squalid shack on the fringe of the marketplace. The familiar smell of fish fills the air. Flies buzz haphazardly around the downcast man behind the counter. Let's see if we can get a different... You're the new fisherman, eh? Surprised they found a new one so fast. What's your name? There's no sense getting familiar. You'll be on your way, like the rest of them soon, no doubt. Anyway, the business. I'll pay you for your fish. Bigger and fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more too. Other towns on other islands might pay you different, but while you still got a debt outstanding here, I'd suggest you work on paying it off first. So let's see what you got. Alright, let's see. See, as you can tell, some of these have gone stale because I've been out so long. So they're not as much. Like, that's only $8. That's really sad. This is $9 and it's more special than this. So we can actually do a quick sale where we just sell all the fish at once. We just hold down the F button. As you can tell, we bought it, but they deducted $22 to go towards our loan that we have. The mayor is standing outside the fishmonger store. Excellent work. I have no doubt you'll be able to provide for this town. Look here, I found this down by the docks. I'm sure someone like you could make something out of it. Why don't you take it? It's a research part. Nice. Oh, one last thing. Our local shipwright mentioned she might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit. Alright. And it looks like we have $27.13 left to pay. That's not too bad. As you walk into the yard, you see the shipwright making repairs to a damaged hull. She looks up at you briefly before turning back to her work. Let's see. I don't really have a woman's voice. Let me see if I can try one. You must be the new fisherman. I can make improvements to your vessel in the yard. Mind you, I'm not in the business of doing favors around here. Payment is up front, and everything takes some time to install. Also, if you take any damage from the rocks, or any damage at all, I can patch it up, mostly. She shrugs and gestures towards the hole she's currently attempting to repair. A number of wooden boards, all well above the waterline, are splintered and scratched. Take a look around. Just remember, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install. So plan ahead. Alright, so let's see what we got. We have $129. We have a rod that gives us coastal. There's a shallow and a shallow. Looks like one is cheaper than the other to get installed. That's $75. This is $150. The difference looks like it's a little bit quicker at fishing by far. So I think we're going to go ahead and just wait. Let's see, engine. Looks like it's $100 to add another engine. We can have 2 engines. So we're at 14 right now. With that would increase another 10. Doesn't look like we have trolling nets. And we do have lights. And we do have a spot, as you can tell, for light right here. Which helps, of course, during the night. So we don't panic as quickly in the evening. But we can't even do those yet. They're still pretty much too much right now. Too expensive. Alright. We have a research area. So let's go check this out. Looks like we have new fishing pole types. And some new engines, which actually make these are better than the previous engine that we had. We can't do pots or nets yet. So let's see. What shall we do? I'm not ready to do... I don't think I'm ready to do ocean just yet. We're not going to go too crazy out there. It would be nice to have a little bit faster boat. I think for right now, we'll just hold on to it. And what we can do is by going in here, you can see where it says to storage. So we just put it in here, and it's in our locker. And that way, if we take any damage while we're out and about, we don't accidentally lose it if one of our hole spots get damaged. So let's actually rest for the night. Alright, let's go fishing. There is definitely a lot of this, going back and forth for fishing and getting fish, going back. So you'll see a lot of that. Oh yeah, we can't go that because that is... I think that was shallow, and we don't have a rod for that. And as you notice, if you do deplete an area, it does take a couple days for it to repopulate. So sometimes it is a good idea not to completely deplete the stock. But in the early levels, we don't care too much. We need money. So today is pretty much just a fishing day. Get us some money. I did see something shiny out there, and I do want to go check that out here in a bit. Okay. Let's go check this out over here. As you can tell, we take a very long time right now. We are so slow. Got another message. Let's see what this one is. So, August 21st, 1927. We had a slight accident yesterday around the shallows at the back of Greater Morrow. A rock seemingly appeared out of nowhere and struck the front of the boat. It did not penetrate the hole, but it jostled us around and a few items fell overboard into the water. We did not see what they were, which is of some concern, but we believe all important articles are accounted for. He has been checking over some notes from the boat renaming ceremony. He is paranoid that he performed the steps incorrectly. I have never known him to be so superstitious. So it looks like it is a continuation of the honeymooners. Oh, looks like there's stuff over there. Ooh, there's like a gold thing glowing over there. Might have to check that out. It's getting late though. We don't want to be out in the ocean too long, especially with dark coming up soon. Got more debris that we cannot do. What's over here? Can't do this one either. We don't have shallows. Wonder what type of fish it is. We'll have to look. But we got another little town over here. Let's check this out. See what they do. So it's Little Morrow. Okay, we got a dock worker. How the day treating ya? What's it like working on the docks? As changeable as the weather. Most days it's pretty quiet. The bay's not too great, but the work's straightforward. That suits me to a T. It's good to get that fresh sea breeze without actually being on the water. No offense, but you won't get me out on those seas any day. What else can I do for you? Nothing. And as you can see, you can kind of get into your storage at almost any major dock, so you don't have to worry about going back to specific towns to get into your stuff, which is helpful. The trader. You enter a brightly lit shop. It's packed with antiques, the shelves full of jewelry and other baubles. An old man peers at you over silver spectacles. I'm running out of voices. Hello. Is that? No. I don't believe we met. Forgive me, eyes. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I specialize in antiques and jewelry. I'll purchase any special trinkets you happen to have. Have you got anything nice for you today? With you today, perhaps? Nope. So he will actually collect, like, when we find jewelry and other things later in the game. That's where we can take them. So let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Can't do anything there. What we got here? Oh, more cods. Yeah, we'll get like one or two. Oh, I missed one. Oh, wow, that didn't take long. I thought it said, oh, it's after dark. That's why it's depleted. Well, let's get back in. They're so fresh, so yeah, let's try and get these in before they go bad on me. Oh, we are so slow. So, one thing to remember is anytime you are moving the boat, even turning it, the time will move forward. And of course, when you're fishing. If you actually don't do anything, if you aren't moving the boat, turning the boat, the time will not move on you. So you have time to kind of consider where you might want to go. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. So let's go into Fishmonger. I've had a special order come through from a customer. If you can fulfill it, I'll pay you above normal prices. Alright, tell me about the order. That's for 1 Gulf Flounder and 1 Gray Eel. Just bring them in when you have them. Alrighty. You'll need to have a rod that can handle shallow water fish in order to catch those. The shipwright should be able to sort that for you. Well, let's see what we got. We can sell that. We adjusted it by another $12 down. Not too bad. So we're down to $14 left on it. But we can get a little bit better fishing rod. So let's get that. So we'll buy it. And let's see. Doesn't matter how we have it. It's gonna kind of take up some spaces no matter what we do here, I think. Let's do it that way. And it's 3 hours to install. Alright. We can now do coastal and shallow fish. Not too bad. And we will go ahead and sleep for the night. The great part is, if you can wake yourself up early before it, so you can actually try to get an early start if you want. It's sometimes a good idea, especially if you have no panic level. Ah, a hunched woman approaches you from the steps to the lighthouse. She stops some distance away and looks at you with concern and visible apprehension. Why are you here? Well, we have come here to fish. There's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on. She turns and shuffles back along the path that leads to the light. Well, she's not very talkative, is she? Well, Mayor has something for us. If you see these little green exclamation points, it's usually something dealing with a pursuit, or they may have a pursuit for you. Just the person I was hoping to see. Will you be sailing out east towards Little Morrow? Would you give this package to the dock worker there, please? Let's see. Don't feel like anything at all, just wrapped message shapes. Alright, we will take that. The mayor hands you a small, damp package bound in string. It's dripping slightly. The dock worker will pay you upon delivery. Please be quick about it. I don't want it to spoil. I'm going to assume that's probably fish. Don't forget to check your compass and map if you get lost. Yeah, my voices are all over the place. I apologize. Alright. Let's go all the way across. I forget, what type of fish do we need for 1 flounder and 1 eel? Okay. But let's go drop this off first before we worry about doing any fishing. I don't want this to go spoiled on us. Huh. I deliberately... Let's see it. He tears a small hole in the paper and peeks inside. You can't say for sure, but it feels as though he's shielding it from your view. Yeah, nice and fresh. This'll do nicely. I'm to pay you, I suppose. He hands you some money. Ooh, 25. I was given this old book a few weeks back, but it didn't make much sense to me. You'll surely get more use out of it. Alright, so he gives us a sustainable fishing. Okay. He pulls a crumpled book from his back pocket and hands it to you. A number of the pages are folded over. Keep it in your cabin. Keep it in your cabin. Perhaps you can read it while you're out on the water. Stop by for a chat at any time. I know how lonely it can be. Alright. So, we have a book in here. So what we have to do is just simply click on it. And we will start reading it as time basically passes. As we're fishing, or even just passing time, it basically, it's almost like a research, is a good way of putting it. Except it's over time, and it's only when you're on the open water that you can do it. So let's try these places. Oh, let's see what this is. Oh, stingray. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's over here. I think there was a shallow fish over here, I think, that we went through. Yeah, I think right here. A Gulf flounder. I think that's one of the things we needed, right? Yeah, alright. Now we need to find the eels. I think I saw some over here. I think. Because there was some fish like right up here that we couldn't do. Because we didn't have a shallow hole. Yep, there we go. Let's go turn this in. Well, before we do, I see something shiny here. Let's see what this is. The lighthouse towers above. Waves crash endlessly against the perilous rocks below. All creatures, human or otherwise, would have their brittle bodies broken and thrown at its feet. You ponder the intrinsic power of the structure, a vast column of stone shouldering the responsibility of countless lives. How long will it stand? How long until it decays into ruin, its purpose exhausted? The lighthouse towers above. Huh. Interesting. If you see the fish below us, you can kind of tell if it's almost like the quantity, even before you see the stock here. Because see how there's very few. On the ones which have a higher stock, will have more fish underneath it. So you can kind of gauge that without just popping in and guessing, does it have a lot or not. Well, let's go to the fishmonger. Have you got any fish for that order? Yes, we do. Just leave whatever you have here. I'll keep the order on ice until it's all ready to go. So the good thing about this is if you do have like just one bit of it, but you don't have the other, you can just hit done, and he'll save it for next time that you come back into his shop. We do not want to seal that, so we're gonna, or sell that. We're just gonna get rid of that. We're gonna back out. We're gonna go back in, just to give you an idea that yes, I do have something for you. And see, the other one that we did is still there. We just swap this around, put it in, and we're done with that little order. The fishmonger wraps up the fish and hands you some money. Good, good. They should be pleased with these. I've got another order here. This one's a little more curious. They want a couple of squid and a whole black grouper. Don't see many people fishing squids these days. They only feed at night. And well, you know what nights are like around here. Good luck. Yeah, so this one is going to be very specific. We have to do this at night, which actually will probably work with the time period that we're on. Wonder where we're at with money. Money, we're at 175. I don't think we want another engine just yet. Maybe. It'd be nice to move around a little bit faster. Storage, we only have that. I think what we're going to do, because I do want to move faster. This is 15 and not 10. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend it on here. It says it's now for sale. So what we can actually do is actually come to the shipwright. And our new research is right here. It's 200 though, so we don't have the money for it. Let's go check out the fishmonger. See if he... Not all schools of fish are the same. Some contain abnormal specimens. Sometimes you can even tell just looking from the surface. Might have to go check that out. But in the meantime, let's go fishing. I love the artwork that they put into this. It's really neat. Yep, we can get a couple, maybe one or two of these guys. Well, it's nighttime. We want some nighttime fishing now. So we definitely want to get some squids over here. So let's get that. Yep, make sure we have our lights on. I'll just put them there. Alright, so we got our two, three squids I think we needed. Let's see what's over here. Some eels. What type of eel? It's gray eel. Okay. So it looks like the gray eels are during day or night. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it's so spooky out here. What's this? Oh, black grouper. Hey, we needed one of those. Or do we need two of them? I can't remember. Let's get one more. Oh, it's all depleted. That's all we can get anyway. Alright, back to the dock. Uh-oh. No, turn that back on. As you can tell, our eye is now orange. That's kind of like the second level of panic. By resting, it does get rid of the panic mode, so that is one thing to always remember, is you don't technically have to rest, but it does make it to where your panic level never resets, so there is one thing to remember. Have you got any fish for that order? Yes, we do. Let's see what we got. Just leave whatever you have here. Alright. So we need 2 squids and a black grouper. Alright. $91. Not bad. Didn't think you had it in you. Night fishing is a tall order. I'll let you know when I get more orders in. For now, on to business as usual. Yep. Let's see. We got 3. We'll just sell all that. We're down to... How much is left? Ah! The mayor is walking quickly towards you. He seems to be in a good mood with a spring in his step. This usually activates, if I remember right, once you pay off your loan. Fantastic news. Thanks partially to your efforts, Greater Morrow is growing. Our town is sure to be swarming with visitors any day now. In fact, I've granted a consent for the shipwright to expand her facilities. The old dry dock is operational again. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger's services. He might have something to talk to you about soon. Keep up the good work. We're glad you've chosen to be here with us. I'm not really sure how much it was really your choice, but I guess you did come here to, you know, fish. It is the purpose of the game after all. Alright, so let's check out the dry dock. This is the dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects. Lumber, metal scraps, that sort of thing. How do we get materials? There's plenty of decent materials around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get at them. Materials assigned towards upgrades here will be stored, so don't worry if you only have half of what we need. So it looks like we can get our first set. We can't get this, obviously, because looks like we have to unlock all these for it to go in. So, 2 rod spaces, 4 net spaces, 2 more spaces for engines, and another place for a light. And it looks like it works pretty much just like the fish that we did with the fishmonger. As we find stuff, we just put it in here. Once it's done, it looks like there is an overall cost. Some are definitely more expensive than others. So, right now we don't have any material, so we won't worry about it. Let's see if the fishmonger might have something. Been meaning to talk to you about a new business venture I've been considering. Crab pots. Ooh. I've got one here for you. In fact, it's a bit banged up, but you can get it fixed at the shipwright. Okay. Boy, crab pot, don't forget where you put it. Should be pretty straightforward. Just drop it out at sea anywhere, then come back after a day or 2 to check on it. I've got a customer after a fiddler crab and a common crab. Both species can be found around here. So, if you're hunting for a specific species, check out your encyclopedia. Have more information if you need. Okay, well let's buy one or 2. Let's buy that. There we go. Shipwright, can I repair this one? Yes, I can do. Okay. That way we have them all on the same. We are a little panicked. So let's go ahead and sleep. Alright. We're all set to go. So let's go ahead. To change, you have a wheel here. We want to go on the crab pots. So let's go there. And then down in the corner you can tell how deep it is and if there's plenty of crab or not. So that's always a good thing to keep in mind. I'm gonna pop one out here. And then I think I'm going to do another one. Let's do one about here. Okay. So that's all the crab pots. This, we don't have a foghorn, so we can't do anything. I don't think. Hold on. Nice. Of course, we got our lights. Spyglass. The spyglass is kind of interesting because you can actually scout out and get an idea of where certain things are, and if you know what type of fish they are, it'll tell you. So it's kind of nice. And of course, what types. Yep. So we'll let that go. How much money do we have? Only 100, so we need to still go shopping. Or not shopping, but fishing. Let's try and actually look around a little bit. See how far we can go today for exploring a little bit. I'd like to at least see if there's anything around this small island over here. See what we can find. See what this is by chance. Oh, looks like some groupers, not groupers, flounders maybe. Ooh, what's this? A slab of rock juts out the water bearing crude symbols of curved fish. At its base, a rough shape has been chiseled away. Okay, so it looks like it's almost like a Tetris here, and we have to possibly fill this with fish. Okay, I think we can do that. It looks like we have to do it with cod. That's what it looks like. So yeah, we'll have to see what we can do. May have to get some mackerels too to have it work, but we sure can try it once we find some good cods. Oh, there's a shipwreck right up there too. We'll go check that out here in a bit. Woo! Yes, not bad. Let's see if we can actually sell it before we actually have it go stale on us. All that's left of the boat is an old husk. Let's take a look. Ooh, we got some stuff. Another research part. Nice. Let's see. With this going so slow, I think it's probably safer for us to start heading back. Let's see what this is. Oh! Sustainable fishing. That was the book that we were reading. 10% chance not to reduce fish stocks. Not too bad. That means they won't deplete as quickly. Always a good thing. Yep, some eels. We can't do much more here, can we? Let's see. If I move stuff around, can I make room for maybe one more? Looks like it. Yeah, looks like we can make this work, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we can do one more. There we go. And we'll head on back. Doesn't look like we have anything in our fish pots or crab pots just yet. So we'll go ahead and just sell. Ooh, I found this book out back. Could be useful for you. Rods, wheels, and rigs. All right, and we do want to sell all this because we don't have any of our crab stuff. So we'll go ahead and do that. This, of course, will be helpful to give to the trader across the water, we do have some materials that we can use for increasing some of our stuff. So let's go ahead and do a couple things here. Well, we got the engine. We can actually get better crab pots, which I'm pretty sure would be nice compared to the one we have. It catches like 1 to 2 a day. Well, this gets us basically an additional 1 automatically per day. And it lasts for 3 days, and I think the others don't last that long. I could be wrong. But I definitely do want to get better fishings. I definitely would like to get this one, just because it gives us the ability with coastal and shallow in 1 fishing pole instead of 2, and that is very nice to have. Let's check out the dry dock. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we increase our rods. Where will it... Okay, if you see right over on the edge, the green, that is where the new rods will be put. So it does give us a little bit more room. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do that, because what we can do, if we can find all this and upgrade it, I'm thinking we could just grab... Well, this is for coastal. If we had these 2 spots, we could just use this shallow and cover that, and then we could use this spot here with this hydraulic rod, and that would actually give us technically access to all of them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this spot, and then if we find the other stuff before we get 2 more research points, we can definitely at least have everything that we need. Unfortunately, it'll take up more space. That's one thing you really have to worry about, is space. Because, of course, I'm about ready to get another engine, because we do want to go a little bit faster. We are really slow. So we're going to grab this and install it. There is one thing I have noticed, like with this, I'm hoping they fix the bug, is you can't sell this. They may have fixed it by now, but I know in my last game I was unable to sell this. It was really frustrating. It's silly that it won't let you sell it. But I'm hoping they'll fix that in the future. Now let's go into the cabin. Let's pick up our next one. We'll start reading that. Let's check our pursuits. We've made a fish start. We have delivered the package. We now need to get this common crab and fiddler crab. And it looks like we have some new pages. And as you can tell, like the gray eel, you can catch any day or night. And we can get it by rod, trawl, or pot. There are some that can only be caught by like the trawls, which is the nets, and some, of course, that can only be caught in pots, which like the crabs. So I think we're gonna go out for a little bit. I think we're in pretty good shape. Still nothing out here. Okay. But if you did notice, we are going a little bit faster. So it's a nice feeling to know that we can actually move. Oh yeah, I wanted to go across to sell these little trinkets. So let's do that. We can get... Oh, there's a lot of squids here. Ooh, a trophy. Nice. Alright, that's not too bad. And that's one other thing to pay attention to, is if you are near a dock, you can rest at any dock, which makes it a little bit easier for you. Let's see. We do have some items for you. Not very much. It's not, you know, really worth a lot, but it's 32. Right? 32. Not too bad. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Oh, I see our crab pots are blinking. That means we must have something. Yeah, we'll get one. We'll get one of you. Oh, got a common crab. That's, I think, one of the things we needed. Okay. Oh, we're still missing that other thing that we need. But we're gonna come in here, go into the fishmonger, and yes, we have some of the crabs you want. Okay, so it looks like the other one we need is a pretty big size individual, so... But we do have one of the crabs, so that's good. Yeah, let's sell some of this. This'll be... Not too bad, 83. That's pretty nice. Alright. We're actually getting close to where we can actually go around some places here. I do want to... Where is some cod? I want to do that. Coastal, straight ahead. Because I want to try and populate that statue that we saw. Stingray. Yeah, there's cod, but it looks like it's way out there. There's some sparkly out there. I wonder what's out there. I have to go check that out sometime. Yep, that's where I want to be. Okay. Oh! All seen. Staring outwards, unblinking, eyes burrowed from a large being, but not the mind to process what it sees. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Can we find any more cods somewhere? There's a coastal. There's a cod over there. Mackerel. Alright, let's see. Where was it again? I saw it over here, I think. Where was it? Oceanic. No. Oh, there's two cods right there. So let's head over there. Pretty sure this was a cod. Yep. Alright. Let's head out to the statue that we saw back here. And let's see if we can populate it with all these cods. Kind of curious on what it does. Oh, look at that! Dolphins! Alright, let's see what this thing does. Curved fish, alright. Kind of like Tetris here. Let's see, how can we do this? Oh, I think. There we go. Got it. The wave washes over the fish, sweeping them away. When the water recedes, you know something that has lodged against the rock. Interesting. So this actually does pretty much what I was wanting to do before. So that it's worse by a lot. Look at that. It's 5. Yeah. But it is something we will have to put in. Right now, we'll put it in storage. Because we don't have any place to put it. But interesting. Let's go along the back end here. I'm kind of curious on what's back here. Let's see what. I think this is a. Well, it's a mutated flounder apparently. Sprawling jelly mass spills from the single eye socket. What appears to be a dark pupil is in fact the center of an egg. Ew. Do I have room for... Stingray. We should probably head back. Oh. Yeah, we need to head back. Let's just go real quick. Stone hums quietly, sending ripples through the air around it. Faint shapes dance upon the surface, vanishing before your eyes can focus on them. Let's see what happens if I touch it. Does not respond to my touch. Okay. What's this over here? Loose pile of debris. Clearing this would take some strong explosives. Well, I don't think we have anything to use on that. And we don't have room for much fish anyway. Let's just get back. There is something out there. You can see that little swirl. We'll have to check that out, but I believe that is how you know... ooh, rocks. We need to be careful here. If a fish pile might have an aberration within it. Oh, that appeared out of nowhere. That's not good. That's what you have to worry about as you are going at night. You'll start hallucinating. So let's go ahead, go in. We're going to sell what we have, and then we're going to come check these crab pots and sell those real quick. And then I think we're going to prepare to wrap up this episode. What is it today? You hand the grotesque fish to the fishmonger. He grins, raising the fish up to his face before inhaling a deep, stuttering breath. Oh, now. This is the sort of specimen to liven up my day. I wonder. He runs his fingers firmly along the length of the fish, as though feeling for something. He pushes from one side of its stomach, and a small shape can be seen against the bulging scales. He slices the fish open. From its stomach he pulls a small piece of fabric and spreads it on the counter. It's a delicately patterned handkerchief. Well, I've never seen that before in all my days. I'll give you this thing, and I'll pay you for the fish too, of course. It's not the first corrupted fish I've seen in these parts, so I'm sure you'll find more before too long. I'll pay you well if you find any more. Not too bad. Yeah, 63, that's not bad at all. And this, oh, it's stale. Darn it. Oh well. They go bad so quickly. Let's put this into... Nah, we'll hold on to that for right now. But let's sell all this. 156, that's not terrible. Alright. Ooh. Suspicious. A man is looking at you through your cabin window. His face is mostly in shadow. I know what you took to the fishermonger. And I'll be clear. I know he extracted an artifact from it. I need to inspect it, but not here. Meet me on Blackstone Isle. Head out of this bay and cut south. I have a business proposition that you'll want to hear. I'll be waiting. Ooh. Ominous. Me at Black Isle. Alright. And we're almost done with these rods and reels. Maps. So we have a new X that tells us where we need to go. So that kind of helps. Oh, it's an apparition of a Gulflander. Kind of neat, just how they have this, showing you which ones they're a part of. Looks like we still have another one there to get. So, overall, I really do enjoy this game. I think it has a lot of potential. Alright, let's grab these crabs, see if we got... Wait, whoops. Nope, we need our lights. Get back on. Hey, we got our crab that we needed. Awesome. Alright. Oh, and we finished the rods, reels, and rigs. So let's see what that does. Rods will reel fish in 10% more effectively. Nice. Always a bonus. Alright, let's go do this, and let's finish this order for the crabs. Don't forget, yep, I know if it's worn out, we gotta take it to somebody. Nice. Fishmonger wraps up the crabs and hands you some money. This'll do. Glad you got some use out of that old pot. You can always buy more here, or repair them. I have one final request for you. As you've seen, some fish around here can develop odd deformities. What do you think happens to a person that eats the flesh of one of these mutants? I would assume they go mad. Well, perhaps. But I want to know for sure. Bring me a mutant fish, any will do. Just keep this between the two of us. Hey, if you're willing to pay me, I can ignore anything you want. So, we are going to actually call this episode here. We have a couple things to do. We have to go meet this stranger at Blackstone Isle. And we have a little request from the fishmonger to find one of these aberrant fish. So we will try to do that in our next episode. Until then, take care.